for a quick Devar Torah. Shrasu Tamuz would be the main topic. But it's something to think about is, we're very careful with our ritual, with, putting on tefillin, coming in, nobody would think about coming into shul, doing bad things. But the reason the Rabbanim give for the destruction of the B'tei Mikdash, the 3 weeks, they don't concentrate so much on what we didn't do correctly in the Mishkan. They concentrate on what we were doing incorrectly, Adam ben Adam lechavero, between mitzvot of the man, between man and man. If you know anything about the history of the Beit Sheni, the Second Temple, while the Romans were outside besieging Jerusalem, what did the Jews do? What were they doing? They were having a civil war. So stop and think about this for a second. There's a bigger enemy outside, and you are having a civil war. That's why in 1948, when the Ben Gurion ordered the bombing of the Atalena ship, a ship Menachem Begin was on that ship, was bringing arms to Israel. And Ben Gurion had his own reasons, and they were shooting at it, and Begin said, no to the civil war. I'll go down with the ship, but no, we will not fight back. Because he knew his history. He knew the worst thing in the world was the Jews started a civil war while we were fighting another war against a real existential enemy. It's an important lesson to us that, we can get into arguments back and forth, but don't lose sight of the real issue of what's really going on. And that's what the Jews in the Beit Sheni, the Second Temple, they lost sight of that. And the end result was the destruction of the temple, of the Beit HaMikdash. Because we were so concerned about our petty arguments, we forgot the main issue. I lived in Tzfat, as some of you know, and I asked one of the guys who was fighting, he was in the Haganah. Tzfat was liberated, by the way, before what is today Israel Independence Day. It was liberated 5 days before Yom Ha'atzmaut. So the undergrounds were still in existence. And I asked one of them, who was in the Irgun, or the Etzel, was there a division among the Jews? And he said, are you kidding? The Arabs weren't saying, let's slaughter the left-wing Jews, let's slaughter the right-wing Jews, or let's slaughter the Irgunists, or let's slaughter the Haganah. No, they were saying, let's slaughter the Jews. And that pretty much told us, we better be united because they're not making those distinctions either. So the big lesson that we have for now is that even though we may have disagreement with our fellow Jews, and it might be important disagreements, don't lose sight of the fact that they're fellow Jews. Don't let it get out of control. Because we do, there's enough of our enemies out there who will take advantage of it. Okay, so it's something to think about.